Hi, this is János, it's Real World Audio, and today I'm also tackling the live speaker cabinet versus inert speaker cabinet question, and we are going to delve with it with the help of Snake Oil Audio Torsten, and he shared this with me, and I'm going to read it out to you. First, this whole idea of we play only what's on the record comes directly either from the advertising department or it just shows a total lack of knowledge. Full stop, no exceptions. I totally agree with that. It's just we play what's on the record. No one has any frigging clue what's on the record. No one, not even the engineer who made it, because he hears stuff what happens on the studio, but when he tries to hear his own record, he hears it through his recording system, through his playback system. So he has no clue what's on the record. What he has a strong clue about is his own playback system, his own monitoring system. But what's on the record? No one has any clue whatsoever. Second, I am a fan of dead cabinets, but the reason is not that I think that they sound better. Reason is very simple. I don't want to build any more prototypes than absolutely necessary, and with a dead cabinet I have an idea what to do to get it as quiet as possible. With live cabinets I don't have a clue at all, and I think that's something really powerful about inert cabinets, is that we can plan on them, how to build them. So if you have an idea what you want from the sound, the drivers that you have available to you, and you have a plan how to put it together, then you can have success with them much faster. And there you are removing so many factors of the equation where it can go all wrong. I am very sure that this is true for most manufacturers. Me too. and I'm experiencing that, we are experiencing that manufacturers really, they want stability and calculability. And what I'm saying that for live cabinets, you cannot mass manufacture them. You have to make them cabinet by cabinet, tune each of them by ear. So basically, if you are a company who wants to make live cabinets, first of all, good luck to find anyone who is capable of designing and building live cabinets. They are rare as the rarest earth magnets or whatever, as niobium or tantalum or iridium. These are all really rare elements on planet Earth, but not as rare as engineers who know how to work with live cabinets. That's one thing. And even if you have the chance to find such, and those will be engineers who also happen to be luthiers, instrument makers. So I think that would be the only bet how you can find engineers like that who also have experience with making music instruments, who know music instrument makers, who studied under music instrument makers. And for me that was kind of the case, because my mentors too, he was really deep into resolving or solving the secrets of instruments, how to make them. And I have lots of friends who made their own instruments, like János, my jazz musician friend, he built his own shakuhachi and an Indian flute and a bunch of other instruments. And I have seen like my sister's grand piano being tuned and rebuilt and restored by perhaps one of the most skillful piano restorers alive today. And it's these are these things that I've been well aware of. I was looking into these, and my mentor explicitly brought it to my attention that, János, the most you can do to learn about loudspeaker cabinets and how to make better loudspeaker cabinets is to learn from the music instruments. So that's my advice on that. And I do agree with Torsten. If you are not a luthier, then you have no chance of making an effective live cabinet. And if one wants to make loudspeaker cabinets that we can manufacture as a company, you have to go with inert cabinets, because when you specify it, you can order any amount of industrial quantity to satisfy it with the actual specifications. Real wood is different. Every piece of wooden board has a different sound, different tone, different resonance pattern to it, and you have to really work with it and individually tune them, just as instruments are individually tuned. So a higher grade violin is not higher grade because they make a million of it. It's higher grade because it takes like 1,000 times more to tune them for the instrument maker. Maybe not 1,000 times more, but they spend a considerable time of their life, or maybe they just fix on a single instrument that takes them like several months to build, and that takes up all their time, all their effort, and they're unable to make like hundreds of guitars every day or whatnot by a flock of technicians helping or whatnot. Live cabinets are lost knowledge. Barely anyone has a clue how to build them anymore. Yes, that's what I get too. It's a lost knowledge, and that's what Stu's been telling me too. That when you have a more modern way of building loudspeakers, designing inert cabinets to make them as inert as possible with space technology, it doesn't mean that we are progressing and the progress becomes more and more natural sound. With the progress, we are progressing towards making it more reproducible, the more controllable process. We can give the exact blueprints to a factory in China, and they can make us 1 million copies, provided we spend enough money to set up the whole operation. But it's or technology, as it advances, newer stuff is towards scalability. That's where it goes. And when you look at music instruments, we observe the same thing there. Scalability does not equal high musicality, high music quality. When we want to really give soul, infuse soul to a piece of equipment, then we really need to infuse soul into it. Just put our intent to it, and just delicately work out all the details and kinks. And I think this is the part, putting your soul into the instrument. That is what all of these luthiers will tell you how they work. And some will tell you, no, it's just mathematics, I calculate it, whatnot. But when you see them work, you really see that they're putting their heart and soul into it. And that's typical high-end behavior, that they are trying to blame those... oh, wait. I skipped the line here. So live cabinets are lost knowledge. Barely anyone has a clue how to build them anymore. Therefore, instead of admitting they don't have a clue how it works, they are blaming those who try and who do. And I think that's so rampant today, is that companies, they want to make a living. And if you own a company, or if you're an engineer and you say that I make really good stuff, but that thing sounds that makes music. That's like 10 times better. What I give you, it's you can buy 100 speakers from me, and the speaker number 100 will sound exactly like speaker number 1. But there's that other guy. Maybe you have to wait for a year until he can make you a pair of speakers, but it will just connect with you at such a level that you don't think that audio equipment can do such a thing. And it's not like which sounds better, but with that one, with the live approach, that kind of knowledge, when it's put in, then you hear something that's just something more. That's beyond pure technological approach, and it's a totally lost skill. I do agree with that. Look at the industry as a whole and forget the three individuals for a moment. All they did, he means the few exceptions, all they did in the past 30 years to figure out where they can cut costs, what they can get away with, and how to increase sales prices. That's exactly how things sound today. Yeah, that's my perception as well. That every single thing the audio industry has done in the past 30 years or so was how to make things cheaper and how to get so much better PR and marketing for the stuff. And that's it, mostly. Awesome. I think that we urgently need hi-fi that has a signature sound again. Hi-fi that some people like, some don't. The last thing we need is a one-fits-all sound. One-fits-all is something I like when I buy socks. I so agree with you, Torsten, on that. Is that today, what I notice is not just today, that every era has products that reflect how that era thinks. And today our era is about that thought that no one gets left behind and everything fits everyone, and everyone is kind of the same and equal. Of course we are not equal. There's like double standards behind everything. So that's our era trying to tell you that, if you are dumb, you are still smart, and if you are smart, you are still dumb. And it's kind of like everything gets grinded to the same paste, and that is also coming through the sound signature of the equipment that we have. Is that they're claimed as being neutral, as having no signature, but when you listen to it for extended period, you recognize that they do have a very strong signature, and the signature of plastic, of neutrality, of a dead sound. And to escape from there is to admit that we were just trying to shut our eyes and just pretending that it's neutral, while at the same time it has a very strong personality. I think I should have a mini audio club one day with my friends and talk about this subject, how they think, how they perceive the sound of audio gear, of the quote-unquote audiophile sound, of the modern sound we get today. What are their thoughts on it? So that it's not just me who think, oh, this guy is really far out and he's alone with what he's saying. No. Every single experienced audiophile says the exact same thing. Look at Torsten. He's a very experienced audiophile, and he also says it. I just read it. So, coma sound with flat frequency response. Awesome. Yeah, so thank you, Torsten, for this fantastic post, and I hope all of you who have watched this video, you have experiences with the sound, and I really hope that there will be many of you who have very positive experiences with today's gear. If you do, please post and also describe your system, describe your room, what music you listen to, because it can be inspirational for those of us who are seeking for a good solution that's available for purchase. And yes, even with inert cabinets, even with our today ground up fast food sound industry, world, universe, there are still exceptions, and you can put together a system that still can carry music. It has a personality, and it's alive. It's not just in a coma universe, but it wakes you up, it motivates you, it feeds your soul. So if that's happening, please write it down in the comments. Thank you very much. Bye bye.